as a designer, to imagine an Aston Martin in a Bond movie. It's a childhood dream come true.
They said to Ronnie, how can you build all these things? Ronnie turned to them and almost viciously said, pointing at me, anything he can draw, I can build. Really, my first thought was, let's forget the old way of making sets, you know, with wood paper and all that sort of thing, and try and do it all for real. I had a chance to let myself go, because there's nobody who's looking over my shoulder. On Goldfinger, I decided to build the actual Ford Knox at Pinewood on the lot. The thing was like a cathedral of gold, you know, stacked up 50 foot high. United Artists, after the film came out, had over 200 irate letters from some Americans that how is it possible that when our president is not allowed to visit the interior of Fort Knox, you have an English film crew? We were all over the world, really. One day, we fly over this incredible volcano area. When we landed, we all said, wouldn't it be fantastic if our villain has its base in one of the extinct volcanoes? And I came up with a rough scribble and showed it to Covey, and he said, looks okay. He said, well, how much is it going to cost? I said, we probably wouldn't go over $1 million. Well, he said, if you only spend $1 million, it's yours, you know. This here is a photograph of what the volcano set looked like. And of course, the mountain rim had to be built in perspective. People ask me, why didn't you build it as a model? And I said, we wouldn't have had 120 stuntmen upsiling from the roof, you know.
Well, the Golden Gun was not an easy job at all, quite complicated. Basic design was created in the book. The lighter was the main body, the cigarette case, the bullet compartment, and a pen was the barrel and cuffling with a trigger. We made drawings and designs which had to be approved, I think, by Broccoli at the time, but he left it to us, he didn't mind. Apart from the body of the lighter, it was made totally by hand.
We went to see the Aston Martin people and said we would like one model which I'm going to put all sorts of things on. And very reluctantly, they let us have 2 Aston Martins. I think the following year their sales went up by over 40%. After that, we never had any more trouble.
Aston Martin has been involved with the Bond movies since Goldfinger, the original movie. And that kind of marriage and relationship has gone on ever since. And it's a brilliant relationship. It's a gentlemanly relationship, if you like. We love, obviously, the association, but it feels right when Bond is in an Aston Martin as well. The DB5 is a very, very important piece of design, just in terms of its iconic nature. It's very pure, very simple, incredibly elegant, but incredibly well proportioned. So these very simple body side, which is like the fuselage of a plane. There have been several model of Aston Martin used in the Bond movies, chiefly the DB5, obviously, the Vanquish, and most recently the DBS. Specific to the director's request, something that would be very, very dark, but very elegant, but not a black car, and definitely not a silver car. So it was a colour choice that we actually worked with the director to develop. That then became the colour that went onto the road cars as well. And this is obviously Quantum Silver, because it's a car out of Quantum of Solace. Aston Martin is a British brand. The factory, the engineering, the intellect, if you like, is all British. But as a mark, we're very, very international. Just as with the character Bond, he's a British secret agent, but he's so international. There are great synergies between the character and our car.